Welcome, everyone, to Hanging Out with Howie on Monday nights at 10. I have a very special guest tonight, DJ J Rock, otherwise known as Jimmy Reid. Welcome, J Rock.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. I was excited and been a fan of yours for a long time.
Thank you. So
I can
have
see
I
on
of you.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, it was years ago. I just was like, man, this is a cool guy. I mean, you've got your whole family involved in the business, don't you?
Yes, yes. And it's kind of been that way for a long time now. I have my younger kids, and we have two older, 32 and 31. And so I did another type of music with them. I built a recording and production studio. And so
I
now,
saw.
and so now,
And I on your Facebook bio, I could see, it lists media engineer and various other types, and then the last one said world's greatest dad, and I couldn't agree more. I remember the one video not too long ago. You took one of your youngest and you set up a DJ controller for her and said, okay, this will be here for you. You can come and play anytime. I just thought, man, I want to be adopted by by J Rock. Just like, all the toys you have. It's so wonderful.
my goal has been to expose them to all different types of technology, from the music side with, of course, speakers and DJ stuff. Like my 15-year-old, he's learning audio engineering. And so we just recently grabbed a couple of Behringer wings. So he's learning that platform. So he wants to, when he's not being a surgeon, he wants to do audio engineering.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, you wear many hats. I know that you have it. There's three businesses that I know of that you have. Can you tell us what you have there?
All right. So what we do, we are a full service event production company. Power Jam DJs was a vision that my wife had. She made me come out of DJ retirement back in 2013. And so we had fun with that. And that kind of branched off into us doing the lighting and production and producing events. Event Stream Team is our newest business endeavor, but it's actually something that we started playing around with back in 2008. In our commercial recording studio, we used to stream recording sessions live, creating songs stream live.
I saw some of those. Those were wonderful times. Oh my gosh! And you did a TV broadcast last night with that event stream team, did you not?
Yes, we produced a segment for one of the local TV networks here. That's going to be airing on the 25th of February.
Wow, you are one busy man. How do you do it all?
Very little sleep.
Don't I know it?
I'm one of those people. I don't wake up until like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm on autopilot throughout the day.
Yeah. Well, this is my third show of today for today, so I know where you're coming from. But this is the nature of our business, you know.
It is.
So, now, do you work a full-time job as well, or is this?
Another thing that I do is IT consulting. And so I started doing IT probably back in 97. And so I've been fortunate to be able to use my love of technology and my love for music. I have this thing. I only do what I love. And so I don't do anything for money. If I don't genuinely have a passion for it, I don't do it. I love music. I DJ. I love video. We produce videos. Like I could easily go and buy photo booths and rent tables and chairs and stuff like that. But I don't have a passion for that. So it's like, I'm gonna stick to what I love.
I understand. Now, with the production part, other company, does B Love take care of that portion of it then, or?
And so what? B Love, she's wow. I would say she's probably if I'm Pinky, if it's Pinky in the brain, she's probably the brain. She handles the business side. I handle the technical side. She handles the sales. I'm the sales engineer, and so we're like this tag team. And so together, we just create awesome stuff.
You really do, though. And I must say, B Love is a very talented DJ as well. I've heard her many times. I mean, your whole family. I remember it was a few years ago. Yeah, well, yeah, it would be a few years ago since we've been locked down now. But you did a thing in a park for the homeless where you raised socks, and you were there. B Love was there,
Yeah,
and you had one of your kids was DJing the event.
yeah. My youngest son, DJ Dash, he loves to DJ. He loves to produce videos, and I've been training him on IT engineering, so he's learning Linux right now.
Wow.
And so every year we have an event. Well, COVID, we couldn't do it in 2020, where we collect brand new socks and personal hygiene products and provide a hot meal for some of the homeless brothers and sisters in Baltimore City. The last time we was able to do it was 2019, and we was able to feed almost 300 people.
Wow, that's a big day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that around here we have a homeless shelter that I do some things at on the down low because just like when you're giving from the heart, if you promote yourself, I just don't feel right about it, so I just
Yep.
do it. You know what I mean?
See,
But
that's one of the things.
the number one thing that's requested is the socks and the personal hygiene products, like you did.
Yep. So, and that's one of the things we struggle with. Whether do we show people that we're doing this, or we just do it. And so we opted to show people because so many people send socks, and you want them to know that their donations actually went to a real situation.
Yes. Yes.
Show those receipts.
Well, and especially this winter. I mean, my goodness, the need is terrific right now.
It is.
So tell me, what is on the horizon for you with all these things going on?
We have been gearing up for what happens when COVID ends. Oh, when it ends.
Yes.
We're hopeful and prayerful like everybody else. But at the same time, from a business standpoint, we've taken the downtime that we had in 2020 and we looked at every contract. We looked at every client that we've had leading up to now and just trying to decide, all right, 2021, 2022, what's going to be our breakout service? What are we looking to expand upon? And so we've been in the process of getting additional trussing, updating our sound system, updating our DJ consoles, and just really getting in the standpoint so that when that light switch flick and it's safe to do high capacity gigs, or we're ready.
I get that. And that goes back to that. Yeah, that goes back to that thing I tell people all the time, that there is no luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So it sounds like you're prepared, and when the opportunity comes, you're there.
We'll be ready. And if it takes longer, let's say if it's 2023 and not 2022, all right, it's no big deal. We got an extra year to prepare.
Right.
But we'll be ready.
That's great. So let's take a trip back in time, J Rock. Where did you get the name J Rock, and how did you get your start with this?
Wow. J Rock is probably the most recent version, my most recent DJ name. When I was younger, I used to be Jammin' Jimmy. And so Jammin' Jimmy's DJing, Jammin' Jimmy Productions. And so it was funny. I started DJing probably when I was 13. My older brothers DJ'd, and when they decided not to do it anymore, they gave me their equipment. And so I kind of took it and ran with it. And so my first time actually DJing for money, I was in the 10th grade, and my science teacher gave me the opportunity to DJ for the dance after the football game. And so Friday night I DJ'd. Saturday morning, my phone was ringing off the hook. And ever since then, up until I retired from DJing in 2000.
Wow. And B Love got you back into it again. That's great. I love that part.
Yeah, I met DJ Beloved and we met in 2001. 2005, we decided to build our recording studio. Fast forward to 2013, she was like, the music is changing. You're no longer having fun in the studio. You got to start back DJing. So I said, well, DJing is a lot of late nights and stuff like that. So if I'm a DJ, you got to DJ too. And so she thought I was joking. And so she said, all right, when are you going to start by DJing? I said, well, let's look at these videos and let's figure out what speakers to buy, what system to go with. And so we bought our first sound system was QSC. Then I said, well, we can do some lights. And so we spent like probably a year doing research and investing in our skill set and our inventory. So 2013, we decided, all right, we were ready. Then we had the light show, we had DMX, and it was like, so when we stepped on the scene, it was like, where do these guys come from?
Exactly.
They got wireless uplights, and back then, nobody was really doing the wireless uplights and stuff. And so we kind of exploded on the scene, and it's just been a fun roller coaster ride since.
Well, that was a wise decision to take that year and be ready. We get that question a lot in here from, people that are starting out. And we always tell them that, hey, don't go out until you're ready, because you only get one chance to make a first great impression. And now your phone is ringing off the hook.
Yep. And it's like, it's so easy to just go and acquire stuff. It's much easier now than it was in the 80s. And you don't got to love records. You can join record pools and you can have every song. So yes, it could be really tempting for a new DJ to want to just rush out there and hang their shingle, their sign up. Hey, I DJ now. But, I really advise and recommend people take the time to get comfortable with the technology, learn the music, learn the gear, build in some contingency plans. Because we was real big on that, we with B Love, she's approaching it from a standpoint of, designing curriculum and stuff like that. She's a master teacher by trade. And then I'm approaching it from the engineering standpoint, and we both have business experience. And so we was like, all right, we got to have a business continuity plan. We got to have the backup plan. What happens if? And so we just took that time. And of course, those plans, you don't do it one time and it's done. They're constantly evolving.
Exactly. Everything changes. I mean, who would have predicted a pandemic?
Exactly.
Wow.
And so it's funny that you say that, because when we decided in 2017, we decided to build Event Stream Team. Once again, we took a whole year and we researched the technology, what was available, how did we want to deliver. We didn't want to depend on Facebook and YouTube. And so our clients have access to our own infrastructure that we stream probably 95% of the stuff we do on is on our own private infrastructure. And so, but we took that whole year to get that in place. So in 2018, actually February 17th, 2018, we launched the website publicly and started the marketing. People told me, "You're wasting your money. You're insane. Why would you spend so much money on nope? Virtual events will never be relevant. They're not relevant." And fast forward to the pandemic, virtual events is the new normal. And so now a lot of, early in the pandemic, people were scrambling. And so and our phone continued to ring off the hook with not just people wanting us to stream for them, but it's like right now we probably have over 25 installations of virtual systems for, at client facilities that we manage. And so it's just like you said, being prepared.
Yes, there it is. Like that wasn't luck. You were prepared and the opportunity arose and you took off with it. And I see some people weren't prepared and, they've gone out of business, and it's a shame. A lot of talented people are hurting now. But you guys have really taken off. I just, I followed even when you were building the studio. Like I was following every video. I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Whoa, I think I'd like to have that too. And then Jeepers, last week you got some new CDJs, and man, you are just going to town. It's a joy to watch. It really is.
It's with the technology. I have, first of all, I'm like a technology person. So I like to learn the technology, and I have great vendor relationships. And so, for example, like I posted my Denon system that I got. I got like 30 emails, inbox messages. Jay, tell me about those. Then I'm able to transfer some of those into my guys. Now I don't help facilitate the sale of 7 Denon systems in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I get that all the time whenever something comes out that, like the last big event that we did was in Vegas last February. The Dish Track and Use team went out there and did the DJ track for the Photo Booth Expo. And I was the lighting designer for that. And
I saw the videos.
Well, we were on a limited budget and we're flying across the country, and we pulled like a bunch of different equipment. I brought 2 moving heads in my carry-on luggage. I had to pay $60 to bring it on the plane because I wasn't going to let them put it underneath, But we got there, and I had to make it simple enough because we had to cover 3 rooms, and I needed to, as part of the team, do the socializing and so forth. And we needed breaks as well. So I actually used an iPad, and I created simple scenes. We had the scene that would be static and spotlights for the speakers. And then during a break, a DJ would play. And I thought, what? The easiest way to do this was the very first one is podium. Hey, if I'm not here and it's time for somebody to speak, just hit podium and everything, it's DMX, so like you say, the technology. And then it's like, well, what do we do like when the DJ plays? I said, you've got a whole screen. You've got 24 scenes. It says DJ 1, 2, 3, 4. You just Play it like a piano. People will think you're a wizard. And that night we had the opening night dance party. And of course we had a big layout like you have. We had the switchers for the cameras, we had the soundboard, everything. And for the party, because there were so many people and people came in from the photo booth, we covered it with a cover that that valuable stuff. It was like $10,000 worth of stuff there. And I'm just walking around with my iPad and I'm doing this. And finally people started coming up and they're like, because they're looking over at the booth and it's covered, and they're like, wait a minute, are you doing the lights? And I said, yes, I am. On an iPad? I said, yes. Oh, how are you doing that? And oh my goodness, did I get messages. It was like, how does that work? How do you do that? I want to do that. I'm tired of bringing big consoles out, But it was, mother necessity was the mother of invention. As you can only carry so much on a plane,
Exactly.
So, wow. Well, Jimmy, how can people get a hold of you if they want to take advantage of your wealth of knowledge and your services?
The easiest way to get a hold of me is www.playmydemo.com. At playmydemo.com, you'll find videos of our work, contact information, and also Play My Demo on Instagram. You get the sneak peeks into what I'm working on as I'm working on it.
That would be me. I'm in there lurking. So well, Jimmy, you're J-Rock on the screen here now, but it's Jimmy Reid on Facebook, Jimmy J-Rock Reid on Facebook. And if you're not following him, you're missing out. The guy is brilliant, and I'm a big fan. Jimmy, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Good night, all. Thanks again.